Hey guys, I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you a little bit about my fitness story and what's bringing me to the point that I'm at now, and hopefully inspire you along the way as you might be starting out on your own journey. Um, so I think my journey probably starts back in high school. I could was the kind of girl who could kind of eat whatever I wanted. I was part of an after school program, and the first thing that we did after school was go and get our snack before we started working on our projects. Our snacks were, of course, the unhealthy pop and a bag of Twizzlers. But it never really affected me because I could eat whatever I wanted and never, I didn't really seem to gain any weight, which was great. Um, then I started doing track when I was in high school, I think like my sophomore year, and um, I wasn't really sure about it because I had never really done any sports before. I never would have considered myself to be an athletic person, and so I tried, and it wasn't my dream. It wasn't the greatest thing, but what really motivated me was when somebody could tell that I was losing weight, and so that made me feel really good, and that inspired me to keep on going to practice and keep on doing what I could do. Um, but I still didn't really care because I didn't feel like I had weight to be losing. Um, Fast forward a few years, and I was getting ready for my wedding. My now husband and I got engaged in 2010, and I decided that I wanted to lose a few pounds before we got married. So I started working out. It actually worked out pretty well that I was house sitting for some friends for the entire summer before we got married. And so I was kind of on my own, and I could work out whenever I wanted to and kind of eat whatever I wanted to, which meant instead of eating like more carb heavy foods, I could focus on eating just like chicken and fresh fruits and vegetables, which was great. I was able to achieve my goal. And on our wedding day, I was probably the lightest that I've been my entire adult life. I felt good, I looked good, and I had plenty of energy. So what I was doing really worked for me. And then the wedding happened, and the honeymoon happened, and we got back, and life hit, and things got busy. And I was making food for myself and for my husband, and I would eat what he ate and when he ate it. So if he wanted pizza for supper, we would have pizza, and of course pizza meant that you had to have pop with it too. And then he was raised in a family that had dessert every night, so it was ice cream for dessert. And before I knew it, we had been married for about a year, and I had gained 20 pounds. When I looked in the mirror, I wasn't happy with what I saw anymore. I wasn't fitting into my clothes like I used to, and I just wasn't comfortable in my own skin, so to speak. So I decided something needed to change, and I was inspired by some women at my church who had started doing the Couch to 5K program and had started running. And I thought, you know what? I didn't like it in high school. Running wasn't for me. I did shot put and discus in track, not any of the running sports. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. They're looking great. They're losing weight, and they're having fun doing it. And it would be really fun to be able to work out with a group of friends. And so I started running, and I followed the program, and before I knew it, I was running 5Ks, and I actually felt really good. I trained and actually ran a half marathon, and during that time, I was really focusing on the exercise more than nutrition. So I would still kind of eat whatever I wanted to. I would tell myself that I was eating healthy, but that might mean restricting my calories to the 1,200 calories a day that everybody says is what you have to have. And but I would include the unhealthy foods in my 1,200 calories. So that could mean that I was having pizza and Mountain Dew and brownies and not enough of the good nutrient dense foods that I really needed at that time. Um, so while I was exercising, I still wasn't healthy, and I was still tired, and I really wasn't losing weight. Actually, when I ran my half marathon, I was still heavier than I had ever been in my entire life. And but I thought I was fine because I was active and I was running and I was exercising. So, hey, I was doing what I was supposed to do, right? Um, Around that time, I also did a couple what we call accountability adventures with some friends. And it was getting together with a group, and you had your team and you inspired each other and you worked together. And it worked really well, but I found that I wasn't doing what I needed to do to lose weight in a healthy way. Um, a couple days before the weigh-in would come, I would find myself turning to taking a laxative so that I could lose the weight, so to speak. I wasn't really losing it because I was just flushing out anything in my system, and then I'd go back to eating my unhealthy ways and telling myself that I was being healthy when in reality I wasn't. Um, so I really struggled with that because I could eat healthy for a day or two, and then I would see the temptations of what other people were eating, and it was really easy to fall back into my old habits. Um, so then after my half marathon, I decided to take a break from the really intense exercising and working out. My husband and I had joined a gym, and so I would go work out at the gym, but I wasn't really running like I had been. Um, and so then we decided it was time to start a family. And so I got pregnant and had told myself that, oh, I'm going to be the kind of person who exercises and works out and stays fit throughout my entire pregnancy. And that didn't happen. I had a really easy pregnancy. I loved being pregnant. I absolutely loved it. Um, but I lost all of my energy. I had been waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go and work out, and that just was not going to happen. So I didn't exercise my entire first trimester. And then by the time I got to the second trimester, I was so out of the habit of working out that I just never got back into it. Um, and over the course of my pregnancy, I gained 50 pounds. But I didn't think it was a problem because I was healthy and my baby was healthy and I had an easy pregnancy, and all of my like my glucose test, I passed that with flying colors, and everything was looking great except for the numbers on the scale. And so then after I had my daughter in July, I thought, you know what, it's going to be easy to lose this weight. I'm just going to eat healthy, I'm going to work out, and I'm breastfeeding, so the weight's just going to fall off. Well, guess what? It didn't. Not even close. And I didn't really care because my excuse was, well, I just had a baby, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's baby weight. I'll lose it. Well, fast forward to January. So my daughter's about 6 months old, and I still weigh about 25, almost 30 pounds more than I did when I got pregnant. And I really wasn't happy with how I looked. None of my clothes fit. Um, I wasn't happy in my own skin. And um, I would say that I was going to try to eat healthy, and of course that would happen for a day or two, and then things get busy. When you have a 6-month-old and they're the focus of your life, and you have a husband and you're working, I couldn't balance it all, and so I came last. And then I kind of had a wake-up call when we applied for life insurance, and we had to be weighed, and the guy who we bought our life insurance from asked us how much we weighed, and so I was honest and I told him my weight, and he said, you know what, I know that you just had a baby, but you are considered overweight, and because of that your life insurance premium is going to be higher. And that kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, seriously, I have to pay more because of my weight? That's not cool. And so that was kind of the wake-up call that I needed to get serious and really start losing the weight. So I had a friend who had talked to me about doing some challenges, and I had always said no. You know, I was either training for my half marathon, or then I was pregnant, and then I, was just too busy after having a baby. And so I finally went to her and I was like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. And I got started on the 21-day fix, and it was fantastic. I lost 7 pounds in the 21 days, almost 7 pounds. And I really learned how to eat and what normal portions were. And it really made me realize that I could do this and I can do this. And we had to be weighed again for our life insurance a couple weeks ago, and I found out that I have actually lost 20 pounds. They had first told me I needed to lose at least 10, but I've now lost 20. So we no longer have to pay that extra amount, which is pretty cool. And I'm feeling better. My clothes fit. I can fit into pre-pregnancy clothes, which is awesome. I haven't been able to wear some of these clothes for over 2 years. And I can go to the store and not leave the dressing room in tears. I just feel so much better about myself, and I guess I just want to encourage you that if you're feeling like you can't do it, you can, and it is possible, and it is so, so, so worth it. And I just hope that I've inspired you and that you can go out and inspire somebody else too.